Like, he is on everybody's list as bottom. He really is. I recognize that. Everybody said that they out. They are the ops. So, but I was very impressed with him. And I do actually think that he could do some things.
Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today, we are gathering here today for Survivor 50. This is our preseason draft. We are excited for this season. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
I'm Kamaria. I am an attorney and a pop culture writer. Before we get into the Survivor 50 draft pick, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you hit that notification bell and hype us up. And make sure this is a draft. So get in the comments, tell us who do you want to see on your team. So last year we did, or not last year, I guess it was last year, 2025. We did a draft for 49 and the winner was on my team. So basically how we do is we go back and Sage was Sage on my team? But it's so funny the way the way that we do it is that we go back and forth and we pick which person we'd like to have on our team based on our preset list that is ranking the players by winner potential. So the folks that we want, our first round draft picks, we want them to be high on our list because the people at the top really are those who we feel like have the most winner potential, winner equity, all that good stuff. So yeah, we played paper, rock, scissors last time to see who goes first. So we can do that this year.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's go.
All right. Paper. Rock. Oh my God.
Why you call it paper rock? It's rock, paper, scissors. First of all.
No, you're right. Rock, paper, scissors. Paper, rock, scissors. It ain't paper, rock, scissors. You
no,
sure?
It's rock, paper, scissors. Okay. Shoot, when you go out on your.
You're right. All right. Okay. All right. I'm going first. Okay. I'm so excited. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about their game a little bit as we go through them. But the first person who I've picked is Christian. Christian's my top. Okay. Now I know that means that you're probably going to get. I don't know why I did not place Miss Suri at the top, but I'm gonna tell you, I just think that I like Christian. I think Suri has a little bit of difficulty maybe this season because she's such a big threat. She's such a big threat. So she's not my top, but my top is Christian. He just is so likable. He's a likable guy, nerdy, and he's very, very smart. And I feel like based on the preseason interviews, he's very insulated. So I like Christian. Yeah. I like Christian.
Yeah, I actually have Christian a little lower. I have him at 13th. Surprisingly. I wanted to put Christian higher. I am a Christian fan. I feel like what is going to happen is similar to what happened in his season, which is where he was so likable. It was like we can only take him but so far. And once merge comes, anybody is going to look at Christian and say, if we're at the end with Christian, we lose. And so I don't know. I think he has a lot of winner potential, but I think here everybody is going to be so heavily focused on who is a threat and who I can sit next to by the end. I think everyone is already going in with that mindset. And so that's why I have him a little bit lower. But surprise, surprise. Oh.
No, I'm about to say he had a lot of friends, a lot of folks calling him a friend in the Mike Bloom preseason interview. He had 17 folks say he would be a friend. The foes though were like Suri. He said Suri would be a friend with Suri. But I'm glad he would be a friend with Suri. I think she should trust him. And I like the setup that he's on her tribe because I'm not sure if Suri has a great tribe to start off with for her based on the people who have said foe and friend for her. Like,
I'm definitely rooting for Suri. I do not have Suri as my first pick. I will tell you why I have Suri once we get there.
Once you get there, I just thought that maybe you would. I was like, because this is Black Girls Talking TV, gotta pick the black girl. But it's just like she got her reputation precedes her. She's just gonna have a tough time. But if someone can do it,
Yes. What I need from Sari, well, I'll just say that when we get to Sari.
Okay. So
but my number one pick, because yes, this is Black Girls Talking TV, is Tiffany.
Tiffany, interesting.
I have Tiffany at the top. I feel like she's kind of in the middle with the people who said that they're either like a friend. I think she has like 16 people who said they would be her friend. And then like other people were kind of like not necessarily faux, but they were like frenemy, don't know, can't read her territory. And so I think she's in a good position. One, she has the least amount of days on Survivor. So I think that thing? I think that lowers her threat level. I think she's somebody who might be able to kind of like maneuver through a little bit. She doesn't have a large target. Out of everybody here, she has the lowest threat level. And so
for sure,
some people did mention it in their preseason interviews. Tiffany, she's that one that might scurry on through, but I feel like there's so many other beasts to have to tackle that she's gonna actually be able to do that. So unless that's something that people who are thinking mutually about her in that way, if they team up, then it might be a problem. But I see her actually being able to win, and she's kind of coming in with like, I don't have nothing to prove. I'm here to just be me. And so I think that's a good energy and spirit to have going in. And so I am putting my money on Tiffany.
Yeah. No, I think that she's a good spot. I had her 14. But I do agree with you that because there were so many people who were like, Tiffany, who? You know, I think that that's going to work to her advantage in a season full of giants. But I'm still unclear about whether she is going to be able to pull it out. And then she's got Q. That's like a little time bomb right there. They're kind of attached. But I do think that she has that, like just what you said. She has potential. Okay, so my next pick is my number 2. My number 2 is Sari. Now, I would love to put Sari at the top. Like, out of everybody, if this was a fresh season and nobody knew anyone's game, right? Sari would mop the floor with everybody. Like there's just no way that she would not mop the floor. But it's because they know who she is that she is gonna have a hard time playing, you know? And I didn't see Australia versus the world or whatever the hell that was called that she just played in. Don't nobody tell me. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I don't know where she placed or what happened in that. I want to watch it. That's why I don't want anybody to spoil it. You haven't seen it, have you?
I know who won and I know where she finished.
Yeah. Don't tell me. Oh my God. Do I want to know? Look, don't tell me. Because I want to watch it. Because I have to get the VPN and watch it. So that's where I have Sari.
Yeah. The thing that I was looking for from Sari in her preseason interview was to say, I'm going to play a little bit more aggressively. I think it seems like Sari is coming in with a little bit of her same gameplay. And I don't know if that is going to give her longevity in the game. I feel like it's going to work. I feel like it's going to work for a little while and then it's going to not work. You know, it's going to get to that one point where everybody was like, Sari's still here? Oh, she got to go, you know?
I feel like
I have Sari at my 7th, but I feel like she needs to go idol hunting. She needs to be looking for advantages. If there's journeys, she needs to get on that boat. Like I need her playing hard. I need her to switch it up. She cannot just be a social threat.
I don't know. I think that's okay. Like everybody has their lane that they do, and I think that I think that I think the social threat is playing. I don't know, like the way she playing,
but I need her to add in another element to her gameplay because everybody knows that this is her gameplay. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if she makes it.
Go ahead.
If she makes it in like top 5, they're gonna be like, "Oh, wait a minute, how did we get here?"
Yeah, but this is what I think. I think Sari has a mist. She has something that is not like it's magic, right? And so if she goes in gaming hard, that's gonna be sniffed out, and people are gonna be looking at her off top. Her approach of going and vibing and understanding who she can trust and being perceptive is, I think, her greatest weapon, you know? And so I think that she's got a lot of targets on her, but she plays a strategic. She plays a sharky game, and she does need to probably find idols and things like that. But she do what she can do. Because not everybody goes out and is able to find an idol. I don't know.
I'm not saying she needs to be like, as soon as we hit the beach, going to go look for an idol. But I do think at some point through this game, she needs that under her belt, not in a way where other people know about it. It needs to be just her little kept secret, because what does she do once the votes are stacked up against her? You know what I'm saying? She's not a challenge threat. You know what I'm saying? So unless it's something that's like just in her favor, I don't know what that would be. She's not gonna have that immunity necklace. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I need her to have some other form of safety outside of the people around her, because the people around her have notoriously gone against her. You know what I'm saying? Besides the last time when she went out because she didn't have no idol. Everybody had an advantage but her.
I don't know what is gonna be her game plan, but I put all my faith in Sari, because it's gonna. I feel it. She got the mojo. It's something gonna come. The plan gonna come to her. Okay, you walk and the way appears. That's like an African proverb or something. She's that person. Okay, I'm walking and the way is clearing for me. Okay, but that's my number 2 pick, and so I'm taking the notes. Who has it? All right, so your turn for your pick, your second pick.
My second pick is Camilla. I have Camilla at number 2. Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like even though she didn't have that many friends compared to others, she had 13, which I still feel like is kind of high. You kind of right there in the middle. What she does have is this idea that like I'm loyal to the soil, and I can also lie to make sure whoever I'm loyal to the soil with, that we get to the end. And I will also probably, if I am booted out, I will also stick up for you at Final Tribal Council. And so I feel like some of those things might come into play a little bit, where if she can figure out a way to make someone feel very, very safe, I think they will keep her around. And so I feel like through that, because she's not this big physical presence, I think that she might go under the radar just enough to get to that Final Tribal Council.
Yeah, see, I had her lower on my list. Camilla, I had at 16, and I think Camilla's great. I heard a lot of people say that basically associate the word liar, good liar, with her, and so I tend to be a little concerned for her about whether people are gonna really trust her, even if they are working with her. And like she said in her preseason interview, Kyle is just like basically a target on her back. He's a target on his own for sure, but he's a target on her back because he's already won the money. She hasn't, and so her chances of winning, I think, get a little worse with him in there. So I had her, like I said, down at the bottom of my list, or near the bottom. I had her at 16. All right. So my third, and so far we just have very different lists, as always. At a certain point, though, our list started blending. Merging. But Aubrey is my number 3. I liked Aubrey's game when she played her first season. Second season, it was a little lackluster, but I liked what she was saying in her interview. She was feeling grounded, feeling like herself. She's got a lot of life experience that's happened since then. And it's giving that she's going to bring Aubrey season 1 out a little bit. I feel like she's very smart, and I've always liked that. And she also has an unexpected social part of her that I think she'll do all right. She had 17 likes. She was tied for Christian at the 4th place in terms of most likes or most friends when Mike Bloom asked friend or foe. So I think that's a pretty good, sign. So Aubrey is my number 3. Where you have her?
I put Aubrey as my number 19th. And this is strictly because of the tribe that she's on. She's on that purple tribe.
Yeah.
And so I feel like this tribe is just going to get obliterated. On this tribe, we have Colby, Stephanie, Aubrey, Genevieve, Kyle, Q, Angelina, and Rizzo. And so a lot of my bottom boots are on here just because I feel like they are going to be going to tribal council the most, especially in the beginning.
Why do you think that this tribe is going to get
the other tribes are just way stronger? Let's just list them out really quick. The green tribe, we got Mike, D. Mike is not a threat, of course, but D, Jonathan, Chrissy, Coach, Camilla for the puzzles, Charlie for the puzzles, Tiffany for the straight, Green.
That's a good
over
tribe.
That purple tribe.
And they got Jonathan, so like,
yes.
That's just a good
and
tribe.
Then the orange tribe, you got Jenna, you got Sarisha, not necessarily, but Ozzy, you got Christian for the puzzles, you got Joe, you got Savannah, we know she a beast, you got Emily also for puzzles, and you got Rick Devins for puzzles. I don't think this purple tribe is gonna before that first swap, this purple tribe is gonna struggle. And so a lot of my bottom people are from this purple tribe. I don't know how long, or I feel like it's gonna be a lot of swaps because we got 8 people per tribe. It's gonna be hella swaps going on. But yeah, that's why I have Aubrey down at 19th, because if they get to 4 or 5 people, they're gonna be looking like, bro, we have to keep it strong. We have no choice.
Yeah, but the only thing I will say is that everybody on Aubrey's tribe, except for Kyle, except for Q, listed her as a friend. Everybody. Yeah. Now Q is a strong enemy that motherfucking have. I'm sorry. He is a strong, because he is somebody who will. It's not even that he has influence. It's just that, you know how sometimes people could just say stuff enough and then it's just like, okay, like, and then you're like, okay, I could sort of use, he's going to shoot at her and I could be a shield behind him, because we know we all want to shoot at him, and then it end up being you by some shit because Q wanted you to be gone, you know what I mean? Like, and people are trying to like maneuver around this bomb, this explosive person in the game. And so that's the only thing, but everybody else lists her as a friend. Like, I think even if that tribe is decimated, I think Aubrey's going to do good this season. I think she is. I think she's going to return to season 1. I don't think she liked leaving off. I think she went into her second season off the high of her first season, and she was cruising maybe too much, you know, and thought she would have time to find her footing. And I think this season she'll recognize that, okay, I got my eyes wide open, you know?
See, I think the opposite of that. I feel like she has given herself a very large weight to carry because she has something to prove. And I feel like historically, for the people who come back with something to prove, they burn out quick. And if she's on a losing tribe, I just feel like all the anxiety, all of the overthinking is going to just peek his head, and it's going to be like, all right, Aubrey, we got to let you go, boo. And so that's why I feel like she ain't gonna last too long. Otherwise, yes, she's her first season, I agree, she was great.
All right, so who's your third, since we are
my third is Coach.
Coach, that is so interesting.
Everybody was like, Coach, yes, friend. Yeah, I know I could talk to Coach. I was surprised.
Yeah, I actually was surprised by how many people
want to work with Coach. I thought they were going to be like, oh my God, the loyalty thing, the never lie thing, the noble soldier, the noble warrior. I just thought they was going to be like, we're not drinking the Coach Kool-Aid, but everybody is drinking the Coach Kool-Aid. And so I got that man at top 3, and I feel like people are going to take him there. I just don't know if in this season it's going to be something that might be rewarded at fine. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't like formulated all the way if he were to have an argument, what that would look like. But the way everybody want to work with that man, I said he's protected, honey. He got fans. Everybody is a Coach fan.
Yeah. I always feel like his gameplay was like a little more, I don't know, like
chaotic, all over the place, inconsistent. Yes, it would.
I just feel like I think he's down. I don't even know where I have him on my list. Let me see where he is. 15. Yeah, I don't have he feels like a less, like his balloon has less air in it. And he's still himself, same self, just sort of like, now I have kids and now I have this or whatever.
A
it's
wife,
like,
right. But
it's like you're giving the same to me. Yeah. It's just, you actually got a little less air in that doggone balloon that you're floating.
Yeah. But everybody's saying they want to be his friends based on all the air in his balloon. So.
This is interesting. We really have very separate lists.
Okay. Who's your number 4?
All right, my number 4, Rizzo. Like, he is on everybody's list as bottom. He really is. I recognize that. Him and Savannah. Everybody said that they out. They are the ops. So, but I really think Rizzo, I was very impressed with him. And I do actually think that he could do some things. Now, the only thing I'm concerned about, I'm not even concerned about everybody listing them as the bottom, right? The only thing I'm concerned about is he's pretty skinny right now. He's pretty skinny. And he is like 2 weeks off from this. I'm not sure about how that's going to fare for him, like the physical fatigue of it all. But I think he's very excited, very eager, and I think that he's an endearing, likable guy. That I think that once they meet him, they'll be like, if we're going to get rid of somebody, let's get rid of Savannah. And then maybe we could work with him. I think that's how it's going to go.
Rizzo is on that tribe with Angelina and Q.
Oh, yeah.
And they both said all the winners to the back.
Yeah, but he ain't a winner. And he's going to tell
Well, yeah, but they said the unknown about him. They both said, both of them.
Yeah, everybody.
You know what I'm saying? And those are two.
Rizzo had the most.
I think there are two very strong, convincing people on this tribe. Again, he's on the purple. And again, also because he's very frail and everybody's giving him the little kid. A lot of people said, like, oh, he just looks like my little brother or like a little kid who doesn't eat his vegetables. I have him first out. And I don't want to have him first out.
Yeah.
I contemplated the most about Rizzo, but I looked and I said, what squad is he on? And once I saw that he was on this purple tribe, I said, oh God, I want to root for Rizzo so hard. But the boy is on this purple tribe. And I don't know, if he was on another tribe, I think he would have stood the test of time, which is why I have Savannah a little bit above him. Oops. It's only because of the tribe that she is on. But Rizzo, I don't know. I'm hoping for the best. I am a Rizzo fan. Literally, I really am. I promise you. I just don't know how things are stacked up, if he gonna be able to make it. He is an easy first vote.
He is. I think that on his tribe, Kyle will be the first vote. Not trying to say nothing, but Kyle is on that vote, on that squad, because look at his squad. It's Angelina, who's like kind of bubbly. I feel like he'll be able to, he knows her season and he'll see her. He's perceptive. I think he'll be able to win her over. Aubrey, I think the same. I think he knows she's smart. I think he'll be able to win her over. Colby, I think I don't know. We'll have to see. But I think that if he is like, I got a lot I can learn from you type of, giving Colby that nod, I think Colby could, be endeared by him. Genevieve, I think, would like Rizzo. I think show your fangs a little bit. I think
he's fully capable of it.
But that's what I'm saying. I think
fully capable.
I think the only people on his squad, on his team, that he needs to be concerned about are like maybe Stephanie and Colby, like those old school players. They're gonna be the toughest for him to like get in with,
Yeah. The only I said I was going back and forth between Kyle and Rizzo for first out, because it's not for first out, but just like last on the list, because I went by who was on this purple tribe. Mm-hmm. The only reason why I didn't put Kyle was because maybe others might feel like he is a shield later on, and so they'll keep him a little bit longer. And then I was like, Rizzo, he kind of was, in his interview, it seemed like he was a little back and forth about what he would be willing to share. And I'm like, and if you don't tell them that Savannah won, I don't know if he'll want to like cut Savannah so quickly, even though she's not on the same tribe. But I feel like he's going to have to impart that type of like information for him to even be seen as trustworthy or somebody they can
But I think he
along.
said that. He said that I plan on telling the truth because I don't know what Savannah is going to do. And then he also, when they got to whether he's a friend or foe with Savannah, I think he said he's kind of 50-50. That's what he's listed on this. And so I think the jury's still out for that. So I don't think he's coming in with this extreme loyalty to Savannah. And I think he's going to tell the truth because it only is in his favor to tell the truth that she won. Yeah. Look at her. So I don't know. I think Rizzo got it. I don't think he can do what he needs to do, but I definitely it was it's hard for everybody here because everybody's a threat in their own way. And there's just so much to think about. Who was that was talking about the fears? Like everybody has a fear story that they're telling themselves. And was that Christian?
Yeah.
Yeah. That piece, that probably what got me to be number one. I'm like, look at this man. He is thinking about the game. He's thinking about it. But yeah, I think that there are a lot of threats here. And I don't know. I think Rizzo has what it takes. So I have him as my fourth winner pick.
Alrighty, my fourth is Emily.
Emily, okay.
Now I am not necessarily an Emily fan. Everybody seems so intrigued or enamored a little bit by this arc she had between being the person with very little social awareness and said what she wants to like being this lovable person. I didn't see it her season. Not in that way. At least I looked at it as you had this person vouch for you and then you cut their throat, and so I wasn't liking it. Not to mention the person you cut was a black man. So I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like that. So Emily never been a fan, but everybody's like, oh, her story. I'm like, all right, I guess I got to put you up there because of everyone's perception of you. So
she ain't even trying to own that story this year. Like, because even Camilla was all like, her arc, her character. It's like that girl trying to throw that thing out because she's probably like,
yeah,
she
said soft. Yeah, soft where? So we'll see. I do think she's funny. I think she is good. She'll be good TV. I think like the things she said during the interview, like, please tell Mike White to just say you're not casting anybody for White Lotus. Like, let's get that shit out the way.
And that's real though. Like, the element of like even Angelina talking about in her interview about how she's been on the White Lotus, and I think they said Christian has too. I'm like, that's a real thing. And she's saying like, unless it's that's what Angelina said. Unless it's 2 million. I'm like, does she know something that we don't know? I'm like, this girl manifesting a big prize. She said, unless it's 2 million, she can't see herself not like sticking by Mike. And
yeah, so I know, crazy.
That's a real like, what are we doing here? You know, she's real life friends with him. It appears, and so, you know, I think that's a thing. Yeah, I had Emily at 10. I was kind of like 60-40 on Emily. 60 liked, you know, her season. I did think about when I was watching her preseason interview and she was talking about cutting Caleb, I was like, Caleb should be here. Like, he is somebody that should have been on 50. I agree. Because this is just such an interesting list of folks. There isn't really a clear rhyme or reason. Like, I feel like Joe, I think he thinks this is the best of the best all-stars sort of season, the way his interview went. And I'm like, this is just a you know, it's like I don't know, an interesting
the people who
season.
Said yes. That's how I feel.
Yeah, it's very, and so it's interesting. Anywho, I have Charlie Davis as my number 5.
We got opposite list.
Yeah, I do think Charlie has a big target on him. But I like the way Charlie played his season. I feel like he might be a one-trick pony. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he's not my most confident pick. Everybody off of my top 4, everybody else is like, I'm trying to feel it out because, like I said, everybody's a threat. But Charlie was a good player. I feel like he did not bring it home in tribal council, and I think that based on his preseason interview, I think he's learned from his mistakes. Him talking about just making sure that the jury knows your story before you get to jury. I think that was a little bit, but also he needs to learn to bring it at the jury, you know, at the final tribal. And I hope he learned that because I didn't hear him say that, but I don't think he brought it the way he should have brought it. But yeah, on the list, he did have quite a few people. Like, he was like in the Where was he? In the bottom. He had quite a few people that
10, only 10.
Yeah,
I have Charlie in my 21st
you have him at
spot.
the bottom. Okay.
I have him out early.
Okay.
Similar to what I said about Aubrey, large chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is not the best energy to come into a season like this when you are playing with some pretty good players. And I think because a lot of people feel like he was truly robbed, like, yes, there's people who are robbed, but like a lot, like you lost by 1 vote. I feel like people are probably looking at him like he's damn near a winner. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like he is going to be out pretty early, and hopefully, maybe he'll have some confidence about him, but he just didn't seem as confident as I expected him to be in his interview. So that's why I put him towards the bottom. Sometimes it's like, do you have the fire to be back,
Yeah, no, that's real.
And I don't know if I saw that in him.
Yeah.
And we've heard from plenty of people that like sometimes people go home and they think about this for a really, really long time and it really impacts them. And so I feel like Charlie's one of those people where he's probably, he coming in with some strong feelings about the loss. And
yeah, I mean, to be honest,
like can't do that.
I could see Charlie going. It's like everybody on this list, I literally can see them going first or making it. Except like Q and Kyle. Not, and I hate that's both the black men, but Kyle because he's so great, Q because he's so chaotic. Yeah, but
yeah. Alrighty, my number 5 is Jenna. Jenna had the most first one you friends.
Took? Yeah, this is the first one you took from me. I can't stand her, but
yeah, I'm not necessarily a Jenna fan.
But she's my number 7.
People want to work for her. Work with her, but I do feel
horrible.
like the only reason why I don't have her, I mean, I feel like 5 is still pretty high, but I do feel like her ability to win just comes down just a little bit when this many people want to work with you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like because her threat is that social mama bear threat. That's what it seems like she wants to come in with, and she's still got a little cutthroat in her. It also seems like that's what's gonna get her up there. But I'm not 100% sure that she's gonna be able to take it home. But everybody want to work with her, so
yeah, she had the most, and that was so disappointing to me because I actually just don't like her energy. She was on season 1 and then All-Star season, and she was very much like trying to get the winners out and stuff like that. So she had some push and some pull, and a heavy hand.
Yeah, and then she
was
third to Rob and Amber. And so I feel like people also probably look at her as like the closest thing to that.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like all these people,
like, she's on a pedestal.
Yeah, all these people have like a almost were there type of game or story. But yeah, I don't like her, but also
I feel like because specifically she was right next to Amber and Rob, I think there's like a fandom halo around her as to why so many people want to work with her.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think so. Alrighty, who is your number 6?
So my number 6 is someone who I also am not a huge fan of, but not enough people were calling her a shark, the shark that she is to me, and that's Genevieve. Like there were people who said no, not. She will slit your throat. I think Aubrey called her Gone Girl, or somebody called her like she's gone. She's like Gone Girl. Who called her?
Yeah, somebody else I think said. I think Q said she'll put poison in your coffee and tell you to drink it.
Yeah, and they're not. None of them are wrong. They're all right, and she would say that they're all right. So I didn't enjoy watching her play. Just being honest, I didn't like her game. But I do have her as number 6 on my list because I think she is going to bring that cutthroat, and she's going to bring that strategic acumen, and she's going to be like a cat on prey. She's gonna pounce and she's gonna get it. I don't have her higher because I think a lot of people recognize it, but so many people were saying friend that I'm like she should have been a lot of on a foe on a lot of people's lists, and she wasn't. So
Yeah, I have her as 22nd.
That's so interesting. Not
Yeah,
having
I
her
feel like there is just
22nd.
enough people. Yeah, I mean, she has 14, so she's kind of like in that middle tier of people who said they wanted to work with her or like would see her as a friend. But I feel like the people who said hell no, or like Q said friend, but I know she will put some poison in my coffee. It's like even the ones saying friend, it's just because they know what she's capable of. It might allow her to do a little bit of dirty work, maybe. But I don't know if she will make it out of like a first tribal council or a second tribal council. I don't know. She's another one that is on the purple team. Yeah, she on that purple team. So
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people on the purple team that could go. That you know what I mean?
Said
like,
what?
There's a lot of people on that purple team that could go. Like, it does. So I feel like it's hard to see until we see things in action, to be honest. Right. But I will say that this group seems like it's going to split with the old school folks, like the big Buffy guys. Joe's going to go with on that side, you know, and then they're going to have maybe some of these new age players. And then I think the moms are going to do something personally. Cause I think there's a lot of moms on the old school side. So I don't know. I could see someone like Genevieve just making it because she's just lucky in a spot. It's hard to tell with this group. They have to coalesce into like something. I got to see something. So it's hard to tell.
Yeah. Okay. So my 6 is Joe. I feel like there was quite a few people who, he's 16 on there with friends. I feel like there was enough people who said they would want to work with him because they understand that he's a loyal person, and he didn't win. So, you know, the other 2 people that are there from his season were like this. So I feel like because like Coach really wants to work with Joe and Joe really wants to work with Coach, something is telling me they're going to be each other's number ones in like a post-merge situation. And he might make it pretty far. So I have Joe as my 6.
Yeah, I have Joe near the bottom. I have all the big broy guys at the bottom because I do think that they are going to run the early game in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, I don't see them. I think that they'll make it far, but I don't see any of them winning. Like, I don't think they're smart enough. Like, none of these guys, like Ozzy, Kobe, Joe. Like, Joe made it to the end. He did not win. None of them, I think, are going to win at all. Coach, I just don't think they're going to win. I don't think they're going to win at all. So I had Joe at 18.
Okay. Alrighty, number 7.
So my number 7 was Jenna. You took that. So it's the first time somebody took one. So my number 8 is Mike White, Mr. White Lotus. And mainly because there's something about him that's just calm. And I think that's how he made it to the first time. He's rich. He's confident. He knows he got what he got, you know? And I think that does very well in Survivor. And plus, I think there's something with the Angelina Christian of it all. I think they're in a very good position. I think Mike is in a good position. And so I think he's just calm, confident, smart. Made it to the end of his season. He's going to be all right, you know?
Yeah, Mike was giving me calm, but like he was like, I'm on a break. I'm drained from White Lotus. So I have him at 20. I feel like he is running low on Steve, and so I don't know. I feel like what is gonna carry him, if anything, is the fact that other people want to work with him. But let me see. He is on the Green Tribe, and so I feel like that is going to be his saving grace a little bit for some time. But I don't know. He just wasn't. The usual Mike that I'm used to seeing, at least the one that I saw in David versus Goliath. I just feel like he wasn't there. He seemed a little flat to me. So
I don't know if I noticed anything different about him. Okay, so my number. Oh, your number 8.
Okay, so my next person is Kobe. Kobe, at first I was thinking a lot of people wanted to work with him, but I do think that Kobe is, I think somebody has said, I don't know who, but they said that he was easy to manipulate. And that is what I remember about Kobe in the last 2 seasons that he played. And he made it close to, I mean, he was post merge. So I feel like that's going to happen again. Do I think he could win? Hell no. But I do think that he is going to get carried a little further because he's going to find the people that tell him what to do, and he's gonna do it. So we'll see. In his interview, he was acting like he was coming with brand new energy. He's been, rooted in the things that he loves. So we'll see if that translates into the game. I don't know, but I feel like it's gonna be enough people to say, "Oh, Kobe, we'll tell Kobe what to do." So he'll go a little further.
Yeah, I have him as 19. Like I said, he's after Joe for me. The broy guys, they're at my bottom of my list. I definitely feel like Kobe's gonna get far, but I don't think he's gonna win. I think, like I said, that old school guys alliance, I think is gonna, and Jonathan, I think is gonna be in that thing too. Like Jonathan is gonna be broed up with them, and that's all the muscle. They're gonna be, and they're gonna make themselves a target a little bit. Just being honest, and I think so. I just personally, I think this is gonna be possibly a good showdown. This 50. All right, so we got Kobe for you. I am for my number 9 is Chrissy.
Same.
Yeah, Chrissy. Oh, Chrissy's your number 9. Yeah, her season, I remember, she's really good. I feel like she's gonna play with this very decisive energy, and that's even better than how she showed up the first time because she now has, just in her real life, she had a genetic test done that showed that she had the BRCA gene, which could be a precursor for cancer in breast, ovaries, I think it's ovaries, and uterus, maybe uterine cancer, ovarian cancer, something like that. But she went and got a mastectomy and got it all removed. And she said that the thing she's learned is trust, trust what she feels should be done. And so I think she's gonna move with a similar energy as before. She also got Angelina. Her and Angelina seem like they ready to be besties. A lot of people seem to, she had 15.5. I guess they're counting the 50/50s as the 0.5s, but she had 15.5 folks say that they're, semi on her.
Yeah, 110% agree. Yeah, I think she has good potential. Okay, my next pick is Rick Devens. I got Rick up there.
Was at the bottom for me, girl. He's at 23 because everybody kept saying his damn name. They was like, he's playing too hard. He's cheesing. Nobody had favorable things, it felt like, to say about him.
Yeah, they don't, but I just feel like this is going to be a game of a lot of twists and turns, and I feel like Rick thrives in that. And so I think he's going to do well with it. Personally, I do. So I got him up there.
Yeah. I liked his interview. It was very charismatic, but I just can't shake how everybody is saying the same thing. They're all saying he's trying too hard and he's being a little cheesy. And so I could see that come from him as well. I could see people not trusting him because that is their initial read. So who knows? My next up was Emily, but you've already taken her. My 11 is Stephanie. I think Stephanie's going to do well. She's going to be insulated with the guys a little bit, but if they can't get the guys, they'll aim for her. And I also think she has maybe the possibility to be agile and not pigeonhole too much into the big bro guys, old school alliance. I think she has some ability to have a wiggle room. And she seems to be like wanting to work with Cerie. So I think that's going to be a great shield for her. So yeah, I liked her as a...
Yeah. I have...
Where you have her?
I have Stephanie at 23.
You need to put Rick Devens down there. Shoot.
Stephanie is another one. I don't know why the energy, like the low energy thing, it's just not vibing for me on these interviews. I'm like, y'all not excited enough. And Stephanie was one of those people to me that just didn't seem excited enough. I was also happy that she wanted to work with Suri despite like their history or whatever it was that they had played that second show, not Traitors, but the one before that, Snake in the Grass or something. But yeah, I don't know. I just wasn't getting too much from Stephanie, to be quite honest.
So, yeah, I feel like though that's her style as a player a little bit. Like she's never been. I feel like she's always like somebody called her the All-American Girl or whatever, or Captain American Girl form or something. And it's like that's her style, you know. And she's played 3 times. She came in 7th in her first season, and then 2nd in her second season, and then in Heroes versus Villains she came in 19th. So, but we'll see what goes on with her. Who is your next pick?
So next one for me would have been Christian. But you took Christian. Next for me is Angelina. I have Angelina up
she's
there.
She's next for me as
well. Angelina, I feel like she has a lot of correcting to do of just like who she is and the persona she has out there. But she seems like ready and willing to do that. And so I feel like she might have a good little run. How far? I don't know. But I do have faith in her a little bit. And I liked her on her season. I know a lot of people are like, she's so unaware. But I enjoyed watching her. Let me say that. I don't know if I would ever play with an Angelina, but I did enjoy watching her. I thought she was hilarious.
Actually, I didn't have good warm feelings about her at all. She seems much more pleasant now than what I remember of her. Her preseason interview seemed pleasant. So we'll see how it goes. But she's an eager one. So yeah, I had her in that middle range as well. My next pick was D. D is on everybody's hit list, it feels like. Only 11.5 folks said she would be a friend. I think D has one of the bigger targets on her. Like D, Sari, Kyle, and I think the 49s are probably in the worst shape. But I moved D up because I think she has the ability to do some things, you know? And then she's walking in with just a different energy about her that's not defeated. So yeah,
I have D in my 18th spot. I do agree with the things that you said, and that's why I have her at 18. I just don't know how much she's going to be able to work through that big target. So my next person is Q.
I have Q as 24, girl. Q is not winning this game. There's no way.
Yeah, do I think he is going to win? I don't know. I mean, I feel like now we at the list of people where it's like, I don't know if you gonna necessarily win, you know? We're at that spot in the list. But I do think Q is gonna be in the game for a little while. I like the energy that he's coming in with. I feel like he had mixed reviews with, you know, people who would work with him and not work with him. Some being based on his game and some being based on Ponderosa. So I am a little confused about how he's presenting himself in Ponderosa, because he was like, I'm being nice, and when the ladies eat first, I'm smiling, I'm saying thank you. And then you had Colby say he just gives bad, evil energy. So I'm like, what's happening in Ponderosa? But yeah, I have Q. I guess you can say I'm my 13th spot.
Yeah, Q's at my 24, and that's because I like I said, I rank it based on who I think could win, and I don't think he has any potential to win. I just don't. I don't see him winning, even if he was in the final 2 seats. So, yeah, he's my 24. So next on my list is Tiffany, but you've taken her, and the next person on my list is Coach, but you've also taken them. And then the next person on my list is Camilla, but you've also taken them. So that leads me to my number 17, which is Ozzy. Ozzy is down on the list because he's with the big buff guys in my view, and he never has strategy. He does seem like he has understood that you got to do something different. He's one that I think, like, when the way you were saying with Sari, like, I want to see them pull out something different. He's one that I want to see pull out something different. He is literally playing season 1 Survivor for the past 50 seasons. I think this is his 4th or 5th time playing. This will be his 5th time playing. He came in 2nd at Cook Islands, 9th his 2nd season, 4th his 3rd season, and then 12th in his last season, which was Game Changers. Yeah, but he for me.
I mean, he said he wants to be best friends with Suri for that reason, because he is looking for something different in his gameplay. So I actually have him as my 14th spot. He would have been my next pick. I have a little bit of faith in him. I am a first season Ozzy fan. I'm not gonna say I was necessarily his fan in any other of his seasons, but I did like him his first season. So we'll see. He's not like written off for me. But I do know, just everybody was saying, I want the fish, I want the fish, I want the fish. And so I feel like in the beginning, when there's already so many people that want to work with you, you have no choice but to make it to the merge. And then after that, it's really about your gameplay, you know? And I feel like Ozzy
has what?
I'm not saying he has gameplay. I'm not saying he has it. I'm just saying, like, once he makes it to the merge, then it's like, okay, what's happening after that?
I think that the fact that him and Colby want to trust Suri, it's too little too late. I think she's going to work with them and work them, because you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that they have realized that she is strategy and she's someone to work with. And so they're going to now swing to the opposite end. And what they really should do is ride the wave and then cut her head off. And I don't think they're going to do that. And so that's why I think she's going to get the best of them, because she finally will have her guys to kind of, I don't want to say puppeteer, because I don't think she's going to puppeteer them as much as she's going to lead them in the direction that's beneficial for her. So yeah, I don't think Ozzy. I see him at the bottom.
Okay, so next I have Kyle on the list. He has a big threat. We'll see what he does with it. That's all I got. He's just a regular guy, but there's still some people who want to work with him. The team that he's on, I feel like I don't know, child. We'll just have to see what happens with him. I don't know. The money fresh on his pocket and in everybody's eyes. So
yeah, I have him, Kyle, as my 22, just above Rick and Q. So I think he's gonna get booted pretty early, but we'll see. My next is Savannah. I think that Savannah is fairly cunning and pretty savvy. She's going to have a tough time being the winner of the newest season. But I think that the only thing in her favor is that they don't know her game and they know she's won. And I think she can work her magic a little bit to just present like, I'm just this pleasant person. Oh, yeah. And she can learn from the question that Christina asked her. And I think this time maybe take a little bit more notice of what people's interests are, their family, just their personal stories. And so I think that she'll come in, and especially in the beginning, she'll put on enough shine to possibly not be booted early, especially if she's on a winning tribe. But yeah, she's got a long road ahead of her. But
yeah,
yeah,
I had her at 21. I don't see a very long road for her. I actually see it to be very, very short. And that's because, one, it's either people are suspecting she won, it's rumored that she won, or she walking around like she won. And those three things are the things that just kept coming up about her. So
yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be cleared up very soon that she's won.
Yeah. So we'll see. But again, people know that the money's fresh in your pocket like that. I feel like she's gonna have a harder time than Kyle, maybe. It's gonna be super, super fresh. Like, you just came back. Like, you never left game mode. So like, you're in it.
Yeah. I think her threat level is bigger than Kyle's, but I think her skill set is a little bit better than Kyle's, just a tad bit. In terms of short term especially. I think she's one of those people that wears on you because you see her, you start to see her, and you start to be like, Like, I don't actually, like you or whatever. But I think her first impression is gonna be a little bit better. Kyle is a nice guy and he's a pleasant guy, and that's what people are afraid of. So I don't think any pleasantries he'll do is gonna work on anyone, That's my thought.
Maybe we shall see. I kind of think the opposite. I feel like because Kyle's more of a people person, that he might be able to get past a little bit longer than a Savannah, because she's not. But like you said, maybe she'll learn and she'll be able to get there. But very last for me would be Jonathan. He's last.
Yeah, he was right after Savannah for me on the list. Because I think everybody wants to be on his tribe, right? And have him.
He feels like he has a lot of strength.
Yeah, but I think he's just gonna be with the bro guys, and they're gonna fizzle out. But yeah.
All right. So Kamaria wrote down the team. So I guess like as you were listening to this, now we're at the point where like the numbers don't necessarily matter. We have who's on each other's team. Again, my winner pick is Tiffany and Kamaria's winner pick is Christian. Alrighty. So who is on our teams?
All right. So on my team is Christian, Sari, Aubrey, Rizzo, Charlie, Genevieve, Mike, Stephanie, Chrissy, Dee, Ozzy, and Savannah. On your team is Tiffany, Camila, Coach, Emily, Jenna, Joe, Colby, Rick, Angelina, Q, and Jonathan. And so we will see whose team does best. I have all faith in my team. I like my team over here. Do you like your team? Okay, because I like my
Not
team.
the end of it, but
I even like the end of it. My last pick was Savannah. What a last pick to have. I think the winner's on my side. I really do, actually.
We gonna see, child. We gonna see. Alrighty, y'all. So that is our wrap on our Survivor 50 preseason drafts. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Who would you pick on your team? Whose team do you think is better, mine or Kamaria's? Let us know all of it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, and hype us up. And we will see you through Survivor season 50. We have a lot of special guests coming, so stay tuned for that. Bye.